are you today? Me, the volunteer of the month is the absolute
Sure, it's well deserved.
Yes. Well, I started out 15 years ago when Ironwood was actually Valley Oncology, and it was just Dr. Kanuja and Dr. Kellogg across the street over here in a small building on the hospital campus. And I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, sat down across from Dr. Kanuja, and he broke the news to me. And since then, we made a deal 15 years ago that he wouldn't fly airplanes for a living, and I wouldn't practice oncology, and we've gotten along really swell. I have done what they said and shown up when they said and done exactly what they said, and so far it's been very successful. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, 4 years ago actually, my wife passed away, and when that happened, I was kind of at odds ends, and I'm a little too old to play golf anymore, or at least I feel like I am. And so one of the things that appealed to me was doing some volunteer work. And Kelly, I think, actually I wrote a note to Elizabeth in the office here at Ironwood with a comment about a couple of issues in the recliner resort area over there, age of the magazines and a couple of things. And Kelly called me a few days later and said, Dr. Kanuja says if you think it's screwed up over here, you need to come over and fix it. And that's how I ended up becoming a volunteer. A lot of the days are very typical. When you come in, one of the first things you do is make sure that the coffee stations all have coffee made. Well, I think a support group, whether it's multiple myeloma, lymphoma, lung cancer, or whatever it is, I think finding a support group is really a good thing, because you sit there around a table or in a room with people that have been there, done that, headed down the same path you are. If you're a cancer patient or the caregiver of a cancer patient, you've got some connection with this process. This is really a very useful and helpful thing. We're not just taking up space. Even if all we're doing is straightening up the magazines in the various trays and throwing out old magazines, we're doing something that someone else is not going to have to do. And you're definitely fulfilling a need.